Welcome to this time out with Marcus and Corey. Today I want to speak to our young people on converting your net worth. Sorry. Welcome to this time out with Marcus and Corey. Now today in this edition, I want to share my thoughts with young people on how to convert their network into net worth. Yes, I'm speaking specifically to the youth, in my climb in this environment, talking about Delta State and the South generally, because when you look around, you see high level of poverty, you see high level of emptiness everywhere. People just making noise here and there, and all that. Economically, so many young people in this region and Nigeria at large, are so impoverished. Today, the mindset and mentality of get rich quick has taken over everybody's system, such that you find a whole lot of funny things people do these days to make money, and all that. But the point is, you can actually make money genuinely without having to resort to this whole negativism. And that is the truth. Now, today we have a lot of young people who have a whole lot of people around them, that's mentors, leaders around them, but they are still poor. Now ask yourself, it is very difficult today to find a young person from the South who doesn't have a political leader. Yes, I call it upward relationship, not downward. Now, by upward relationship, I mean, a relationship with people who are higher than you in status and economically. Now, what do you do with these people you have in your upward relationship? Now, begging them money is not the issue. Now, we have a whole lot of people, a lot of young people who have become beggars today. Now, you see somebody, leader, oga, boss, here and there, and all that. To the extent that your wife gets pregnant, you call them. Now, your wife gets to the point of delivery, you call them, boss, my wife don't born. Your child is doing his birthday, my son is doing the birthday. For school fees, you call them. Why won't they stop picking your calls? Because there's no honor in that part. Now, the gospel of this conversation today is that, there is so much inside of you that is fighting for expression. You can actually be the giver. You can actually be the one giving out. Now, the thoughts or the hope or expectation of every leader in the ideal sense should be to empower the followers to an extent that the followers will start giving back in return to them. That's the dream or the yearnings of every leader or father. But in a situation where you have a whole lot of young people, colony of young men appended to you, and all they do is to sing appellations for you, clap for you, do a whole lot of praise singing and all that, then you don't expect this youth to grow. And that is where we have, this youth with this mindset of, clapping for politicians alone in this region. And that's why it's difficult for you to find young people take over, positions, sensitive political offices. That is the problem. So, converting your network into net worth. How do you do this? You have this leader you've been following for a very long time now. And every time you're always asking from them. Now, the leader is not doing you good and you are not doing yourself good. Because I've often said, that the fastest way to kill somebody is to be giving him free bread every day. Because one day that bread may not come. And when it ceases, this person has lost capacity. Does he have capacity, to produce bread or to generate bread for himself? Then that person will go into stealing. So the leader is not doing you good by giving you every time. And you are not also doing yourself good by asking from the leader every time. Now, what should you do? Ordinarily, a good leader who has a colony of young people following him or her over a period of time should be able to call them and show some level of interest in their personal lives. Ask them questions. What's your qualification? Do you have a skill? Do you have a certificate? Now create a database of the certificates of these people, of their qualifications or competencies. You now create a database and you use your contacts and connections, your arsenals, to see how you can provide job opportunities for these people in order to create some level or sort of independence in them. But many of our leaders in this region, they wouldn't do that. Now the question is, you have been following this leader for over 20 years. Have you, achieved anything meaningful or significant from your followership? You ask yourself that question. Even the leader you are following became a leader as a youth. But today, your youthfulness has been wasted following this leader. What have you gained? Now, it is not entirely the fault of the leader that you've gained nothing. That is the point I want you to get. It is 99% your fault. If the leader has not actually at any point in time shown some level of concern or care as to wanting to know your competencies and what you can do, now the question is, have you on your own part taken any business proposal to the leader? That's a big question for you. Now, I recall the experience I had some time ago. I was having a friend, an upward friend, that's a boss, and he's up there in the bigs. Now, rather than going to him to beg him money, you know what I did? I found out that the man has a very big poultry farm. I think one of the biggest in Delta State. And what did I do? I simply went to his farm. I did some sort of market survey. I wanted to actually go into egg business, the sales of egg. And I did my investigation and everything. I found out about the price, everything I need to do. I got myself prepared. Underline that word, preparation, preparedness. Because success is the result of opportunity meeting preparation. You have to be prepared. Now, I've gotten the crates for the egg business. I've gotten my means of transportation. I've done my market survey as to my customers in the market, in the various markets. Then I now called him. I said, sir, please, I want to go into egg business. I need you to help me so I can be getting eggs from your farm to sell. And you know what? He was like, wow. Okay, if that's what you want, then I'm going to do it. But it didn't just happen like that. I also gathered a little amount of money. And I told him, sir, I have XYZ amount of money. So I need you to give me some large quantity of eggs for me to sell so that at the end, I'll bring back the other part of the cost. And he said, how many crates do you think you can sell? I said, I can sell 500 crates in a week. And he said, no, I'm going to give you 200 crates. Then with the money you have, you can deposit, then take 200 crates. And instead of selling this egg to you at the conventional rate I give to others, that's for 800 naira per crate. As at that time, he said, I'm going to be giving it to you for 700 naira. So he gave me a whooping discount of 100 naira. Wow. You see what's, a mentor, a leader, I walked up to him. And you see the benefits? It's amazing. So I started the business. So I got 200 crates of eggs for a start. And he was also watching me to see my capacity. Now I took it to the market. You need to see me in the market selling egg. I know so many of you watching this video today, you would have seen me, at that time at the Ugeli main market, Warri market, selling egg, distributing eggs everywhere. To the extent that my name became Mr. Egg. Wow. Now, you know what happened? After I took the 200 crates of eggs I sold it instanter. The moment I got to Ugeli market, I finished everything. I sold everything. Great. And I called the man, I've finished selling 200 crates. And at that point, he said, okay, how many more do I think I need to go take now? I told him, I said, I need 500 crates weekly. That's my budget, my target. And he spoke to the farm that he should give me 500 crates. And I started supplying 500 crates weekly. At some point, I started doing about 800 crates of eggs weekly. Isn't that amazing? And I was making about 250 naira per crate of egg. That was how I made a whole lot of money. But you know what? I never disappointed him. After the first and second experience, I started paying fully for the loan because at that point, I'd been able to raise some good amount of money. I started doing my business. And that was how I made so much money from egg. And from the egg money, I was able to diversify into other areas of business, which I'm still doing tomorrow. Now, what is the lesson objective in this? I would have just been following him all the way, and he has his personality, he has charisma, he has friends, he has contacts and connections. Yes, he may not actually have the money to give to me, but there are a whole lot around him I could tap into to achieve independence for myself, like I did with this farm. He's so happy. And you know what? If I go to him today that I want to do some kind of business and I need startup capital, I need some sort of money, perhaps I need about 20 million, but I've been able to raise about 10 million. I don't think he will find it very difficult to give me 5 million or 10 million because I've been able to show capacity, productivity. What do you have to offer to that your leader you have been following? That your master, that your mentor. Every time, leader, you leave me behind, oh, leader. Now like that we go the day, oh, leader, you abandon me. There's nothing like abandon you. There's nothing like leader, leave me behind. You are the one that should pursue the leader. But the point is, in pursuing the leader, do you have the sense? We call it the common sense. The common sense to touch the garment of the leader. Yes, the leader may not actually be doing what you expect him to do. He's not giving you money. He wants him to buy you a car. You want him to do this. He's not doing all that. But there's so much in him you can tap. You can convert to net worth. That is the point. Yes, he's failing, but you are the biggest disappointment to yourself. You can't just be following a leader like that. Now imagine having a leader who is a House of Rep member. You have a leader who is a deputy Senate president. You have a leader who is a governor. And you expect heaven, miracles to just fall down from heaven. You don't need all that. All you need is to eke out opportunities. Design ideas around, the area where he will be important or instrumental to your idea. And when you take these ideas to him and he's unable to act, that's when you know that the leader is not a progressive leader. You can't just be begging money. We have to quit that kind of lifestyle. You have to start making money for yourself. And you have all what it takes to be a rich person, to be rich. The leader cannot satisfy the financial quest of every follower. It's not possible. And that's why you see that for 30 years, many followers will remain stupid and poor, while few will make their way into affluence. Then you'll find out that those who made their way into affluence did not actually just arrive there, magically. They would have done certain things, in the secret, to generate that level of independence they've gotten financially. So there's something you are not doing right. Going forward, you have all the resources to become great. You have all the resources to become financially independent. That's by way of the crowd, the upward crowd you are running with. You just find a way to tap into all these opportunities, convert it, and localize it to your own ideas. Leverage, there's what we call leveraging. Leverage on their goodwill. Leverage on the goodwill of these people. Leverage on their names. There are recommendation letters you might just, get from these people that can shoot you up to some level. And finally, I want to advise those of you who celebrate so much of essayship. They give you essay, you are going to church to do Thanksgiving, you are happy. Yes, it's good. It's not bad. But the point is, what do you make of it? The greatest empowerment you can get from any political leader is a sustainable empowerment. And when I say sustainable empowerment, like those of you who perhaps got job, maybe civil service job, from the leadership, you can be likened to the person Jesus Christ referred to of Mary and Martha as that who have done the needful. That is the truth. The essayship is not going to last. But if you are wise and you know what you're doing, you can make a whole lot of industry from it before the end of the season. Thank you very much for staying tuned to this edition. This is the part 1. I shall be coming up with a continuation in this regard. Thank you very much. I believe you've learned something. Please kindly click on the subscribe button and encourage your friends to do so. I'm still your friend, Marcus Ekure. Nothing can stop you. Keep flying.